parachute.
We're in a golden age of factory games. With Satisfactory going 1.0 and Factorio's Space Age expansion both hitting within a few weeks, the factories are growing more than ever. It may also be a little overwhelming right now if you're looking to dip your toe into this burgeoning genre. That's why I decided to put this video together. I wanted to compare Factorio and Satisfactory in hopes that it may help prospective engineers make an informed decision on where to start. And if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. I'm going to try to keep this video pretty surface level. I could go on for hours about the differences between these two games. This is also not a review or head-to-head comparison. They are both fantastic games that are well worth your time. In fact, I recommend you play both of them, as one will undoubtedly make you better at the other. And just to be clear, I will not be taking into account the Space Age DLC for Factorio in this comparison, as it is an additional purchase and changes the game in some significant ways. So without further ado, let's dig in.
Pioneer, acceptable. Congratulations, you are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, A, B, B, in the binary system.
A matter of perspective. The most obvious difference between Factorio and Satisfactory is the perspective. Factorio takes place from a top-down, isometric perspective, while Satisfactory features a first-person point of view. This has a significant impact on how you build your factories and explore the world. Factorio's top-down view allows you to quickly oversee large factory lines by zooming in and out. You place buildings like you would in a traditional RTS or city builder. Satisfactory, on the other hand, relies on snapping to make its building work. Conveyors automatically snap to the input and output ports of buildings. This makes space management and planning much more important, lest you want to create a spaghetti monster that'll haunt your nightmares. Satisfactory's perspective also allows for vertical building, which allows you to make the most of the space you have. This leads to a conundrum when deciding which game to pick. I find building in Factorio to be exponentially easier because of the perspective. If you're used to playing city builders or RTS games, then you'll feel right at home in Factorio. Factorio's robust blueprint system also makes building almost trivial by the end game. While I find building in Satisfactory to be frustrating by comparison, the first-person perspective may make it more accessible to those used to traditional action games. It can be difficult to get a bird's-eye view of your production chains, but the game provides many tools and flexibility to alleviate some of those frustrations. It's also incredibly immersive to walk around and see your factory towering above your head. I should also mention that Satisfactory can be a pretty satisfying first-person shooter from time to time. World building. One huge difference between Satisfactory and Factorio is their game worlds. Factorio's worlds are procedurally generated. That means each game will have a different layout and distribution of resources and terrain. This is great for replayability, but overall, the world lacks personality and variety because there's no handcrafted content like there is in Satisfactory. Satisfactory is the exact opposite. The world is fully handcrafted, and the same each time you start a new game. This allows for more immersive exploration, deliberately challenging build locations, and secrets that the developers have hidden throughout the world. Combine that with its first-person perspective, it can be just as fun to explore in Satisfactory as it is to build. Unfortunately, because the map is the same every time you play, it may get stale over time. The difference in their world construction also extends to the way resource collection works. Factorio's resource deposits can be exhausted, requiring you to routinely seek out new deposits to satisfy your needs. This requires you to continually explore the world and clear out nests of alien bugs. You then must transport those resources to your factory, while also defending your base from ever more aggressive enemy attacks. Satisfactory's resource nodes never run dry, but there is a limited number of them on the map. So the challenge comes in deciding where to distribute those resources. Just like Factorio, it can be challenging to move large amounts of resources to where you need them. Unlike Factorio, there is no persistent threat in Satisfactory. Once you've cleared out the enemies guarding a resource node and claim it, they won't respawn or attack your base. This can make Satisfactory a bit more of a laid-back experience than Factorio, especially early on, and can make factory expansion easier without having to deal with a persistent threat. On the other hand, fighting enemies and building defenses around your base in Factorio can make for a nice change of pace after running miles of conveyor belts. The final thing I'll address in this video is game length. A typical game of Factorio can take 50 hours to complete, while Satisfactory can take 100 hours. This is of course very dependent on your play style and how quickly you work through their progression systems. Satisfactory has a very rigid, linear, tier-based system that gradually works you up to quote-unquote completing the game. Factorio's system is looser, allowing you to choose which technologies you want to focus on with a final goal of building a rocket ship to escape the planet. I personally found Factorio to be an easier game overall because I was able to progress how I wanted. In Satisfactory, however, I hit more progression roadblocks. Both games do allow you to keep playing after the endgame, and if you wanted to extend the life of Factorio, you could do so by grabbing the Space Age DLC, which adds an enormous amount of content. So I'm going to stop here for now because, as I said, I could go on and on about the differences between these two games. You really can't go wrong no matter which one you choose, but picking the one that best suits your personal taste can make the onboarding experience much more enjoyable. But before we wrap up, I want to mention some things that both games have in common that really make them shine. They both contain customization options that allow you to tailor the game to your liking, even allowing you to completely turn off enemies. They also allow for online co-op, which is a great way to curb their overwhelming nature. They both offer robust mod support, allowing you to further tailor the game to your liking. And finally, they both have amazing communities that are always there to offer help and advice when you need it. Speaking of which, if you have any questions, tips, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video.